everybody, good evening. But in case you're playing from somewhere else in the world, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cover all my bases. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And to some of you, I need to know, why are you still up? Does your mother know where you are? I mean, I won't snitch. I'm glad that you can make it. I, by the way, am your host, Sarah Pribis, and I'm coming to you live from Display Studios in New York City. I, for one, am super excited to be playing an all-new game of display trivia, even though I have the answers. Yeah, I mean, this is still a nail-biter for me. Don't think that because I know how it ends, it's not exciting for me, too. Oh, it is still a wild ride. I mean, maybe not like a high-speed highway chase wild ride, but definitely still wild and definitely more legal. And speaking of laws, there's some rules that you're going to want to know to succeed in the game tonight. So here they are. You'll have 10 seconds to answer each of the following 10 questions. They are going to get harder as we go, but if you get one wrong, you can keep playing along for fun. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi and that you're holding your phone vertically, and make sure to choose your answers very carefully because once you tap, there's no going back, no take-backsies. Now, let's answer a quick practice poll just to make sure that we're all in fighting shape. So tell me, would you rather keep your eyes on the prize, keep your friends close, or keep up with the Kardashians? I'm sorry, this is trivia, not reality. Not reality shows. Am I right or am I right? Spoiler alert, I am always right. And 59% seem to agree with me because you want to keep your eyes on the prize and the phone and the answers. All right, let's not waste any more time. It's time for display trivia. Question 1. What period of the day directly follows night? Morning, disco, laptop. What period of the day directly follows night? Morning, disco, laptop. Morning. Is that the one with breakfast? Because honestly, I only know what time of day it is based on what food is being served. I know that lunch is in the middle of the day because that's the small period of time that I get to stop working for a minute. I can shut my computer, don't need to go on the Zoom calls. Mid-morning snack, like a rotisserie chicken. You're telling me you don't have a whole rotisserie chicken for your mid-morning snack? Dinner, meat and potatoes for me. Post-dinner munchies in bed. I eat in my bed. I love getting those crumbs in my bed and rolling around in it. And, midnight snack. That's anything, that I just kind of leave out on the counter so that I can be efficient when I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. What time of the day is pizza party? What would you call that? Look, you call it bedtime, I call it snack time. Whatever floats your boat, but morning comes first. 94% of you knew that. Question 2. This substance is integral in supporting the human immune system. Vitamin C, arsenic, rubber cement. This substance is integral in supporting the human immune system. Vitamin C, arsenic, rubber cement. The human immune system is basically like a line of defense for your body. You know how in Home Alone, Kevin McAllister sets up all those booby traps and jerry rigs to keep those 2 home invaders out? Yeah, that's basically what the immune system does for the body. And also, sorry to spoil the plot of Home Alone. That movie has been out for 30 years. If you still haven't seen it, there is little hope for you, my friend. But the immune system is full of, in real life, booby traps. Hey, bacteria, good luck getting past these nose hairs. You got another thing coming. Vitamin C is the chemical that helps the body stockpile against disease and potential burglars. Thank you. Thanks, vitamin C. 96% if you got that. Question 3. According to his 2009 hit single, recording artist Pitbull would prefer if you met him in this location: parking lot, hotel room, stairwell. According to his 2009 hit single, recording artist Pitbull would prefer if you met him in this location: parking lot, hotel room, stairwell. I mean, who knows what you're gonna do when you get there, but picking the location is always half the battle. I mean, have you ever tried to decide on a dinner spot for just you and your significant other? I mean, you don't even end up eating. At a certain point, you might even be you might like what they're suggesting, but you've already made it your mission to shoot them down. Battle lines have been drawn. Hey, you know what we should do instead of eating? Let's scroll through Netflix for the same amount of time that it would take to watch an actual movie instead of ever settling on something. Happens all the time. That being said, I admire Pitbull's commitment to a plan. And yes, He has you down for the hotel room at around 6 p.m., so don't be late. You don't want to disappoint Pitbull. 91% of you got that. No disappointments there. Question 4. Which American fast food restaurant is known for selling items like a baked potato and chili? Wendys, McDonald's, Arby's. Which American fast food restaurant is known for selling items like a baked potato and chili? Wendys, McDonald's, Arby's. This fast food joint really did the hard work of letting us all know that just burgers, fries, and the occasional chicken sandwich do not a fast food restaurant make. I mean, fast food can be anything if you put your mind to it and your God-given talent. The only thing that fast food has got to be, it's in the name, fast. And really, any food can be fast if your head's in the right place. Also, just because it's fast doesn't mean it has to be good. I mean, have you ever eaten a lean cuisine that's scalding on the outside but still barely thawed in the middle? It gets the job done. Wendy's is known for pumping out baked potatoes, which is actually pretty smart on their end because it's basically, the French fries minus the prep time. 90% of you got that. Question 5. Of the following, which SNL cast member was the youngest when they joined the cast? Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Robert Downey Jr. Of the following, which SNL cast member was the youngest when they joined the cast? Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Robert Downey Jr. You know where I'm going with this, right? So much is celebrated when a young person achieves something. Youngest person to run for office, 30, under 30, and that's great. But you know what I want to know? Who's the oldest person to achieve something? Who's the oldest person to ever make it on as an SNL cast member, huh? Which cast member has to change their catheter and re-Velcro their orthopedic shoes in between sketches, Like, stuff is easy for young people. I want to see someone at the Weekend Update desk with their colostomy bag. All these cast members were among some of the youngest at the time of hiring. But the youngest of these is Eddie Murphy, who joined the cast of Saturday Night Live at 19. What was I doing at 19? Oh, I don't even know. I still didn't even know how to do my own laundry. 78% of you got that. We're halfway there. Question 6. This popular modern makeup technique can be traced back to Elizabethan stage actors, winged eyeliner, contouring, baking. This popular modern makeup technique can be traced back to Elizabethan stage actors, winged eyeliner, contouring, baking. I know, baking sounds like that activity everyone did in earnest at the beginning of quarantine, but it's also a makeup technique. And who knew makeup techniques have been passed down through the ages? I mean, of course, there have been a few updates, and thank God. Of course, I'm talking specifically about 80s blush techniques. What cheekbones? You need a red landing strip on the sides of your face, my friend. The makeup technique that is very popular today, that was first used by stage actors in Shakespeare's day, was contouring, and it's a way of using light to give the face more definition. Can't wait to see how that ages. 85% of you got it. Well done. Question 7. The beauty trend of copper hair was spotted on which celebrity at the most recent Indie Spirit Awards? Sydney Sweeney, Kristen Stewart, Anne Hathaway. The beauty trend of copper hair was spotted on which celebrity at the most recent Indie Spirit Awards? Sydney Sweeney, Kristen Stewart, Anne Hathaway. All of these ladies have sported this hair color at one time or another, but one in particular is rocking it right now. I think it looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just think it's interesting that hair colors always have to be named after something that sounds more positive, Like copper sounds much more elegant than rusty nail, but they're essentially the same color. We say things like sandy blonde instead of yeasty, or silver instead of dust bunny. Hey, whatever makes you feel good, I stand by it. I have copper hair, kinda, right now. And Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney is also currently rocking the copper locks, but I'm sure many ladies in Hollywood are soon to follow. 86% of you got that. Question 8. Chicago gangster known as Scarface was eventually convicted on what charges? Smuggling, tax evasion, collusion. Chicago gangster known as Scarface was eventually convicted on what charges? Smuggling, tax evasion, collusion. The person who came up with this nickname must not have ever heard or just flat out ignored the phrase, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Scarface? Like, that's so mean. Why are we pointing out people's flaws instead of their charms, huh? Like, I'm sure this guy had wonderful qualities that we never even got to hear about, you know, because we were so fixated on his mug. Maybe he sang beautifully in the shower. Maybe he always held the door open for strangers carrying large packages, you know, who knows? But Al Capone was generally known as Scarface. And although he was a major bootlegger during Prohibition, he was finally brought down with charges of tax evasion. Yes, pay your taxes, people, do it. So silly. 95% of you got that. Question 9. The mathematical formula that determines the steepness of a line contains all of the following variables except x, y, z. The mathematical formula that determines the steepness of a line contains all of the following variables except x, y, z. When I think of steepness, I am moved to quote a verse. No, not one from the Bible, but close. It's close. It's a quote from rapper, entrepreneur, and friend of display, who actually showed one of his posts earlier, Fat Joe. As he says so eloquently, the price today is not the price yesterday. And he's right. You know, we're going up in value. Of course, him more than me, because the money I was supposed to put in my savings, I spent on an amazing sushi dinner. But, you know, all in all, yes, Fat Joe, know your worth. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to get a party platter of sashimi meant for a party of 10 and eat it all yourself. You hear? The steepness of a line or slope is calculated using m equals x2 minus x1 over y2 minus y1. Just, you know, some subtraction, like what I did with my bank account when I added avocado to all my hand rolls for an upcharge of 50 cents a piece. 90% of you got that. You are getting close to that money yourself, because it's time for the final question. Question 10. All the following continents have countries known as perforated states except Africa, Europe, South America. All of the following continents have countries known as perforated states except Africa, Europe, South America. So what is a perforated state? Is it anything like a fugue state? You know, where you just like black out and spend a lot of money and then call your bank and tell them it wasn't you? Let me tell you, that was a crazy weekend in Vegas. They say what happens there stays there, but those charges followed me around for years. But actually, a perforated state is a country that completely surrounds another independent country, like South Africa to Lesotho, or Italy to Vatican City, or San Marino in Italy. So there you go. 85% of you got it. Bravo! How did we do? On that last question on the quiz, throw those scores in the chat. Halfway through the week, you came, you slayed, you displayed your knowledge, and you are gonna get paid if you got all of them right, of course. Let's see, friends. I mean, listen, if you need some help, you do know that I always give away an answer, question 8 specifically, during the pre-show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, every night, 30 minutes before trivia. Tune in and get that free answer. Don't miss out. Pawtucket, 9 out of 10. So close. Do we have any winners? Facts Guru, I have a feeling you meant to type 10 instead of 0. Oh no, bite me, 9 out of 10. Damn you, copper hair. Oh, that's my new nickname, I love it. Okay, H1 DJ got a 10 out of 10. China Thug, a couple of copper hairs short. Fidiotic, 7 out of 10, tough night. I always think they're tough. Is there ever a night where you're like, you left that trip and you're like, that was a breeze? Because I never feel that way. Newness Wendy got a 6 out of 10. Capper 7 got an 8 out of 10. We got some cute little chicks in eggs from Jodama. Thank you for that emoji. Love that. 9 out of 10 to Cowpode. 5 out of 10 to Sheena 6. Oh my gosh, these scores are flying in. Oh no, Suddy got a 10. All right, friends, you killed it. Tony 24 Mark 12 got a 10. Arman 1 got a 7 out of 11. Sydney Sweeney is so beautiful. I stan Sydney Sweeney and the show, Euphoria. Okay, everybody, I also stan this show, so I hope to see you all there. We'll be back tomorrow on display.